Welcome everyone to the 1.5 hours of Imola. We've got a motocross race tonight, so expect plenty of action. My name is Brandon, the commentator tonight. Two classes will be battling on the field, both the Mclaren Archer Trophy and the Audi A1 Cup. So the Mclaren Trophy is the fastest one on the grid, being probably, has twice as much power, maybe even over twice as much power. And the Audi is quite much lighter, so obviously being more nimble around corners, however, has less power. Now, bearing in mind that these our drivers today will be, battling on the grid, there will be two races happening at the same time, basically. So you'll have the A1s battling for their league, their victory, and so will the McLarens. So there'll be two races happening in one, and so it'll be quite interesting to see who the victor for both of these classes are. However, here are our attendance list for today. So we have, in the McLarens here, we have Dante Spapen, Kasper Marciniak, Barnabas Chermeli, Aiden Maliskic, Jason Decline, the driver. We have plenty of people today, so allow me to read these 1 second. So we have over 35 drivers. So we have, oh my goodness. Yeah, so we have Dante Spapen, Kasper Marciniak, Barnabas Chermeli, Adrian Maliskic, Jason Decline, the driver, Maurice Chermeli. I apologize, I'm not able to, the way I have it displayed, I'm not able to tell between an M and an M, so yeah, I have to bear with this one. Lewis Huang, Alex Depai, Michav, I apologize, I'm not going to even try and pronounce that. Furthermore, we have Ramal Pashazaid, Lautaro Brantuas, Brock Marcos, Alejandro Iniesta. Plenty of foreign names here. I apologize if I'm unable to pronounce these. Kevin Lusty, George Given, Hicham Poser, I apologize. Barish Mizrak, Gunai Arash, Caleb Adams, AJ Kansai. That's pretty much all of the drivers for the McLarens here. And then moving on to the Audi A1s, we have Sprite, Wellerman, Sloth694, Sahib Singh, Testori Tiberio, Didier Duran, Il Kappa, Leonardo Rapaci, Luna Soitak, Calamity, Domash Kvedaras, and Jurt VC. So these are our drivers for today, bearing in mind that some drivers joined later than most, so they may or may not be being featured on this list. Destovin says, where is my LMU? Not yet, okay. So we have quite a few people in the chat already. George, so George Given, Caleb, plenty of people in chat here. So we're just waiting for overtime to finish now. Is the stream okay? Is the stream running at an optimal FPS, or is it lagging? Sorry, I've got that. Is it lagging? I really hope it's not. Is it lagging? I will have to do something about that. So, yeah. Can someone tell me if it's laggy? I really need to know, because it's quite important. Is indeed lagging. Okay, I will be right back. So we are back. Just give it a few minutes to see if this works, because I had to fiddle with some settings, but we are now in qualifying. So, as you can see on the side of the screen, we have the different category names. Okay, the stream's just come up, so it's smaller. So let me just fix something. I will quickly go back to our lovely stream starting soon screen, and yeah, just hold on a second. back. I've figured out the issue. It's due to my PC, unfortunately. I apologise for that, as this was completely unexpected. I was not sure if it would work properly. But yeah, this is why you do tests before you run, live streams and, stuff like that. Anyway, we are back, and it seems the stream is running perfectly fine. So, as you can see now, we have the McLaren trophy marked in red, and we have the A1 trophy marked in white. So here we have the, obviously, different classes, as you can see on the left side of your screen on the leaderboard. So we have the Audi A1 Cup so we have 10 cars, it seems, on that. And we have more on the McLarens here. So this is, excellent stuff. So we have what seems to be 22 people on the McLaren trophy here. I'm uncertain though. So we have 22 people, it seems. Yeah, the stream is fine, isn't it, guys? The frame rate's decent. I mean, there is some parts of the track where it just completely doesn't like up here, but anyways. So we have 8 minutes and 45 seconds left of qualifying, with Michav Tarjaszewski with a 1:43.8. Now, I'm not sure if I should try and pronounce that name, because I don't want to be completely embarrassed by it, but, I mean... Sorry, I've just got a message here. I will be, I will let the stream go, but I will be muted for just a second. There appears to be another issue that has, recently risen. So I will, for the third and final time, I will put you on the stream starting screen, and I apologise, this will be the last time. Okay everyone, we are back and with the skins installed. So the issue was I didn't have any of the skins installed, so that's totally my fault. However, we now have all of them, so this should be, you know, this should be flawless from now on. So yeah, we now have only 2 minutes left of qualifying, as well 3 minutes, as obviously I had that issue, but people do seem to be setting some beautiful lap times on that. I mean, 1:43.8 by, you know, our guy in first. I mean, that's just completely absurd. I think, yeah, so it appears to be there's over a second and, you know, a second and, what, 200 milliseconds? So that's, you know, quite a big gap. Yeah, so we have Barnabash in second with a 1:45. Dante Spapeni in third with a 1:45.5. Guillaume Musaro with a 1:45.5. Kasper Messiniak with a 1:45.7. Muric Cermelli with a 1:46.1 or 1:46.2. Kevin Lusty with a 1:46.2. Ajay Kansai with a 1:46.3. Ramo Pashzad with 1:46.5. Hichamposa with a 1:46.9. So obviously very close. And then guy in first, he won our 1 hour of Spa on OAC the other week, so he's back for more action in this OAC this ACSL special event at Imola, which I think is an excellent track for this, by the way, because it's quite a wide track, so there's not really, you know, it really take you quite a lot to hit someone if you really wanted to. But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of room for people to let people pass, so it's all good. So we have 20 people on the stream at the moment with a support for George Givens. That's excellent. So we have some supporters in the chat here for today. Let me know who you're supporting in the chat today, if you can, obviously, if you are supporting someone or you've just joined from the YouTube feed. 30 seconds left of qualifying now. Now this This obviously ultimately means that there are 25 seconds left for people to set a lap. You know, try and gain a couple of positions. Mitchell has gone back to the pits. Let's have a look on some of our other drivers that are still on the track. So let's have a look at Ramo Pachazad. He's also in the pits. Rock Marcos, he is rocking the BWT livery. I mean, that looks excellent, by the way. I like the colours and everything. Oh, he's got his name on the side. That is awesome. I'm not sure what's happening with the what on earth is that? There appears to be something coming off on everyone's car. I don't know what that is. It's like trailing behind them. Anyway, we have last minute. Yeah, we have more people in the chat. So no, he did. No, he didn't. But, yeah. He's point number 69. That is excellent. We have some, you know, very good liveries today. I had to, there was over 30 I had to install, which, you know, practically shows how much people are, you know, obviously, like, spending time in putting into their liveries and stuff. I think... Yeah, there's some people that we haven't seen in a while. Kevin Lusty, we haven't seen him for a long, long time, I believe. I could be wrong. Let's have a look at him. He is rocking the number 2 Golf livery, which is the one of the stock ones. So, okay, so end of qualifying has been reached. Now we just have to wait for everyone to set in their lap. So we have Kasper Masiniak on his last lap, I believe, unless he's... No, okay, so he's going for another lap, I think. He's rocking the number 11 stock livery. Also, guys, let me know if my volume, if I'm too quiet or too, you know, too quiet or too loud. And, yeah. We have some more people in chat. Tiberio says he is P2 in his class. So, let's have a look. He is indeed P2 in his class. Well done. P9, yes, very good. Very good. I wanted to see you up there. Put more... Yeah, okay. I will try and split my time on, you know, and everyone. But I also have to focus on the, you know, front of the grid battles. So I'll try my best to... show everyone as much as I can. I will make myself a bit louder because it sounds like I'm in my bathroom. I am not in my bathroom. Let me just change something on my mic real quick. So, I don't know if this is better or... Hang on. Is this better? Wait. No, that's even worse. Okay. Can you hear me now? Is this better? Okay, so we are still on overtime for qualifying here. It seems like Didier's going back to pits here. Obviously he was... I'm not sure what's happened to him, however. Do we have anyone else? Okay, so... Okay, lovely. So, I'm going to change to the driver lineup for today. Let me know if you can see this. And, yeah. Let's wait for the race. So we have most of the people that were going to turn up actually did turn up, which is excellent news. Yeah. We have on the attendance list. I will read this again now that I have, you know, on full screen. So we have in the McLaren Artura Trophy, Dante Spapen, Kasper Masiniak, Barnabas Tremelli, Aiden Malaskic, Jason Decline, the driver, Morris Tremelli, Lewis Huang, Alex Tapai, Michał Tarjaszewski, Ibra, I believe, which is in the race. I'm uncertain. Yes, he, in fact, is in the race. Followed by Ramal Pashazaid, Lautaro Brantuas, Rock Marcos, Alejandro Iniesta, Mia Usta, Kevin Lusty, George Given, Hicham Pozo, Barish Mizrak, Gunay Arash, Caleb Adams, Ega Kansai, Sprite, Wellerman Sloth. Okay, so now we're getting on to the Audi A1 Cup list. Sprite, Wellerman, Sloth, 694, Sahib, Testori Tiberio, Didier Duran, Il Kappa, Leonardo Rapaci, Luna Soita, Calamity, Domas Kvedaras, and Durant VC. So, I am going to put myself back into the pits as we watch the start of this race. So, here we go. Nope, that's the wrong one. Okay, so here we go. Lights out and away we go. So we have Michel in first, I think. Yes, so we have Michel in first, Barnabas, Dante Spapen, Maurice Gemelli. Let's have a look at the... So we have some slight changes. I'm not sure. Okay, so Michel is already, going, flying. He's gained 4 positions since the start. And Maurice Gemelli seems to be, trailing behind him by 1.2 seconds. Followed by Barnabas in third. Oh no, we have a change. So we have Kasper Masinak in third. Oh dear, I don't know what's happening here. Let's have a look. Yeah, so we have Maurice Gemelli in second. In that lovely P1 GTR inspired livery. Yeah. So we have Maurice, then we have Barnabas in the what seems to be the... Hang on. Are you sure you can't hear me? Oh yeah, so can you hear me now? Is this better? Just make sure that I'm not missing any action here. So Michel is absolutely flying, bro. 2.45 seconds in ahead of second. Marceau says, are others like AI? I don't know, I'm new, I think it's only Michel real player. No, I do think they are other real players, but, obviously, Michel got a good start there, and he's just been flying ever since. Kasper Masinak in third. He's gained... Okay, so... Yeah, wow, okay. Because wait. Okay, can you hear me now? Is this... Hang on, wait. Is this better? Can you hear me? Is this like... No, it's... Wait. Can you hear me? Do I sound better? I think I sound worse. Okay, can you hear me? Right. Still a bit quiet, okay. I'm not sure what's going on here. It seems to be... Okay. Okay. Do I sound okay now? Okay. I think we're fine. It seems to be... Wait. Hang on, because I don't want to sound terrible. That's the issue. Okay, anyway, let's just... Hang on. Right, let's have a look at... Oh, what is going on here? It's worse? This is okay, okay. So, we have... Maurice Gemelli in second behind Michal Tarjaszewski. I'm uncertain. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what's like... Testori Tiberio's left the server. I'm not sure if he's had any issues. Bro, can you... Oh. Okay. I'm not going to read what he's just said. Testori left for some reasons that I probably shouldn't say. Anyways, moving on, we have McLaren Trophy. We have Michel Tarjas in first, Maurice Gemelli in second, Kasper Miciniak in third, Barnabash in fourth. Yeah, so we've had some, players that have lost their positions and then they've gained them. So it really depends on, like how they started. Some of them had worse starts than others. So Barnabash has seemed to have lost his first place position. Oh no, he started second and he's now in fourth. So must obviously trying to be getting those positions back. He is not very far behind Kasper Miciniak there. They seem to be going on. They seem to get in a battle on here. That number 696 car is slowly gaining on Miciniak here. So we are having some early race battles just 5 minutes in. Following with rest of the pack here, we have. Let's have a look in 6th place. We have Gunay Arras in the number 6 McLaren. Obviously trying to get away from the rest of the pack. Seem to be, slowly, gaining time. Sorry, losing time against his, the guy in 5th, which is Guillaume Musaro. Apologies for the silence there, I was trying to read a message that I'd received. We have some quite large gaps already, so not even a few minutes into the race, we already have some big gaps. Being P10, which is Hochampozo, he's 23 seconds, away from first, which is usually quite big for, only a few minutes of racing, but losing time. Let's have a look on how the rest of the grid at the back are doing. So let's have a look at Dante Spapeni. He is in 12th place with his SPD Racing livery. He had started 7th and lost 5 positions. So, an unlucky race so far for him. Lovely orange and blue colour scheme there. Goes excellent. With the lovely Imola name badge on there, so obviously special for this race. Dante's usually a little bit further up the pack, but obviously since he had a little bit worse qualifying, he had obviously, not gotten the start he had hoped for, if you know what I mean. He is slowly being, he is being followed by Alejandro Iniesta in the number 73 XKZ Racing, I believe, McLaren, which is, also very incredible. I like the colours on this, But, everyone's had a decent livery for this race. Oh, he seemed to have gone off. Hochampozo is in 9th position here. He seems to have the similar livery to Iniesta there. But yeah, there seems to be some good racing happening so far. Albeit a little bit further up the pack, but yeah, let's have a look at Kasper Miciniak. He seems to be doing okay, actually. Usually, he's also doing he is doing pretty good. He is in 3rd position so far. Let's see if we can make up a couple of positions. Maybe finish P2. but he has gained 7 positions as he started in P10. Some of the lapsed cars here starting to be overtaken. So currently the A1 Cup seems to be let's have a look at some of those, and he seems to have gone off. So this is Sahib Singh, one of the S&P Sports cars. There seems to be a little battle going on between him and seems to be okay, so he seems to be having a battle against Didier Durand here. Oh dear, he seems to have lost a position to Joe VC, which, you know, is bound to happen, but they do say the race is not won in the first lap, so we still have plenty of time to go. We have 1 hour and 20 minutes remaining of the race, which is still, you know, enough time for anything to happen. So we need to, you know, they need to kind of figure out their pit strategy, which obviously at some point in the race they're going to have to pit, maybe even twice, because I'm uncertain if these tyres are going to be able to last the entire 90 minutes of duration. Now, obviously, following the multi-class rules here, the drivers can stay on the racing. The drivers in the A1s can stay on the racing line, but the McLarens have to try and find their way through the slower cars. So, you know, basically similar rules to the Nürburgring 24-hour race, as well as the rest of the races, including multi-class. Now, Kasper Masiniak here seems to be in 4th position in his class, so he's doing, you know, okay, but he seemed to have lost a position to Barnabas here, which he must try and get back. Obviously, if he wants to secure a podium spot by the end of the race, he must lock in and try and, you know, try and get that position back. But there seems to be only 1.5 seconds between them, so he's going to be trying to chase him as fast as he can. He must have obviously lost that position due to the lapped car being in the way, obviously, because they don't have to move out the way. So, oh dear, Kasper's gone off. He seems to have regained his composition though. Let's have a look at the back of the pack with Lewis Huang in the number 10 McLaren in P22. He has started 23rd. He has gained 1 position. So obviously he could have somehow he's going to try and, you know, gain some positions by the end of the race. It's all about, you know, you're finishing, you know, as best as you can, really. But there is obviously going to be some drivers that are disappointed with their performance today. Now, Kevin Lusty in P10, he seems to be, you know, battling with quite a few cars on the last few corners here, which are the most vulnerable points of the track. So we have the downhill part here, which is, you know, it's one of the fastest parts of the track, meaning that drafting can happen, which can ultimately give some drivers some advantages, but obviously they do have to watch out for those lapped cars. Now let's see what's happening with these A1s again. So Damask Federas in P33. He seems to be, you know, slowly chugging along there. His last lap seems to be a 2:38.4. No, he must have pitted. I have a feeling he might have pitted early and must have got his pit out of the way. So yeah, I'm uncertain. Yeah, I must be like some kind of bad luck charm here. Anyway, Nathan says there's a fight between P4 and 5. Well, you know, obviously I have to, you know, look at everyone, but yeah, that's my fault. Casper's, yeah, let's watch Casper for a little bit and let's see how he's doing. So he's obviously still in P4. and it seems to be, relatively, I wouldn't say close, but it seems to be, that's kind of what happens when you have quite a big gap in between, but anyway, Kasper Masinak seems to be, slowly getting there. Let's say I'm uncertain if he's gaining time or losing time due to the leaderboard. It's frantically bouncing around, and I'm not sure what time's which. Because it says there's a 26-second gap and then there's a 23-second gap, which is not true. But yeah, is there anything else happening? So let's have a look at Dante Spapen, which has gained a few positions, I believe. He was P12. Now he is in P8. And he seems to have got past the rest of the people here. So Rock Marcos and Kevin Lusty obviously just recently had a battle. He's followed by anyway, Lautaro Brantua in number 88, so he's also a part of Team XKZ, I believe, with him being in 17th position. He's gained 2 positions since he started. Oh, someone's off the track. I'm uncertain who that is, but it's it seems to be Gunai out. No. He's there, yeah. So he's still obviously Gunai is in 7th. He seems to be chilling at the moment. He has gained 10 positions since he started, but he is slowly being followed by Dante Spapen in the number 1 car. There's obviously a lot of competition going on throughout the pack, so I will try my best to see everyone, let's say. But Sapphire, yes, I am British, if that's what you asked. So I'm answering your question. The drive, I'm not sure you can join now because the race has already started, and I'm not sure if sign-ups have closed yet. I apologise, but that's what happens when you're not on time. Unfortunately, you do miss out. So if you can, it's because I don't believe you were for qualifying, was you? Oh, okay. So apparently there's some quite close battling going on here. Yeah, so there is. Dante Spapen and Gunay Aras, fighting for what seems to be P7. But Dante does have the drafting advantage, and let's see who comes out on top. Now, this obviously is extremely close. But yeah, let's see what's happening. Let's have a look on the onboard of Gunai, because he seems to be doing good, actually. So Gunai is in P7 at the moment, he's slowly, it's still quite close, but there seems to be a steady gap in between them both. So let's see what happens later on in the race, and yeah, let's enjoy the occasional fighting from now on. Let's see. So there also seem to be quite a close gap between Kasper Masinak and Guillaume Musaro here. Now, obviously, being multi-class Audis, a couple of drivers have gone off, both in the 8-1s, obviously, in order to try and get away from the Mclarens to try and let them past. There seems to be some close driving going on, but it's not bumper to bumper just yet. So we are waiting for some action to happen. Kasper Masinak, though, he seems to be keeping P4 for the most part. So obviously that consistency really does show. But there's a lot of major, some corners that are very difficult for some drivers, and very difficult corners in general. So this one here, Acqua Minerale, is a bit tricky, especially because of that gravel trap there. And I'm not sure what happened to that driver that's gone off. Louis Huang is in the gravel. Matthew Kennedy. Okay, so Louis Huang is in the McLaren. Yeah, he's in the gravel, and I'm not sure what he's doing in the gravel, because usually drivers would retire, which is, baffling to me, because we've had a couple of people leave so far, and anyways, Rock Marcos in 8th, started 16th, so he's doing pretty good for himself, actually. Let's see, let's have a look at Dante Spapen again. So he seems to have kind of he's okay, so it's a lot of stuff going on, so I'm just trying to keep up with myself here. Gudayara seems to have there seems to be a few Turkish drivers in the race today, and there seems to be some rooting going on for Casper in the chat. I have some information from Sapphire from the YouTube chat that Lewis is actually asleep at the moment, so that's obviously why he's off the tracks. Obviously, taking a nap in his car. It's obviously very nice and cool in there. Let's have a look at Kasper Masiniak again. He seems to have... he obviously lost his rear end coming out the corner there. Very close battling between Guillaume Massera and Kasper Masiniak here. This is going to be close. So, okay, so Kasper's come out on top. Oh no, he seems to have been a bit slow on the exit, but Guillaume Massera has ultimately gained 4th position here. I apologise for any names that butchered here, but Guillaume Massera has we have some comebacks here. I don't know if that's due to side drafts or... But, okay, so Kasper Masiniak is back in 4th place. He seems to be... there seems to be a little bit of flashing going on here. Kasper Masiniak, he's obviously there. He's defending his position. Bit of collision there, I believe, or it must be Neckard. What on earth is happening there? Oh, Louis Huang has woken up. He's woken up from his nap, and he is in P33, so he's 4 laps behind the leader. I'm not sure what happened to him, but he seems to be dead last. Let's have a look at some more of the pack in the minute, but for now, let's have a look at this fight between Kasper and Guillaume Massaro here. Kasper seems to be defending for the most part, but there was always room for error, especially on this chicane here. The driver says in the YouTube chat, we are not able to open the server, unfortunately. Once sign-ups have closed, the server is unable to be opened again. We did say in the Discord server, if you were unable to make it, if you're unsure if you're unable to make it, then you could have let us know, because this would mean that everyone wouldn't start at the same time. What on earth? Why is Mia Lister sat at practically the exit of the pit lane there? I don't know. But so Kasper seems to be defending his position here very well. With sign up for next year. Yeah, unfortunately there's not really much I can do about that, because there was a deadline. We did say to be in the server just before qualifying started, so you had a chance, because obviously sign-ups closed when the race when the race is underway. So unfortunately, in this occasion, it's not our duty to make sure that you're here on time. We try our best, but we're unable to. Oh dear! Oh, Guillaume has seemed to have spun out and hit Casper Messina. I could be wrong. Yeah, Tiberio, he's back in the chat. He's watching, I'm guessing. Yeah, I can imagine, that was quite bad, but, yeah, everything for ACSL, you get it. Oh, the driver is able to join. So, yeah, I'm not sure if he can join or not, but, anyway, Casper Messina, he seems to be, gaining slightly on Barnabas here. So Barnabas has just crossed the line. He will be slowly moving his way into traffic here, which is Domash and Alex Tapai, I think. Oh dear, some collision happening there between Alex Tapai and Domash there. Some unfortunate collision. I think that was a bit, I don't think he was expecting that, but Barnabas is still in third, so he's plenty, he's obviously locked in, he's focused, he wants to keep that P3. There seems to be a not very much gap here. Oh yeah, so Dante Spapen and AJ Kadsai, I'm again very sorry. There seems to be some very close battling going on between them both. Obviously, there's not much of a gap in between them. But yeah, so this straight here may show the position change of going for the switchback. Oh dear! Dante Spapena has hit AJ Kansai and has spun himself out too. I'm not sure if he was hit by the lap driver there, or it was just a little bit of spinning. But yeah, we do have we have Gunai's supporter in chat here. Yes, he spun again. I'm not sure if that was because of him or I'm reading chat. I should be focusing on the race. Let's have a look here. So Dante's Papen in 11th position. He must be not very happy with what just happened there. I can imagine he's already fuming. But yeah, so it's relatively close. We're between Hicham and I think that's Kevin Lusty. Oh no, that's Rock Marcos. So in the BWT car we have Rock Marcos and Hicham Bozo in the car behind. I think they are both in a team. So XKZ Racing, I believe they are in. There seems to be some good racing going on here. For the most part, the A1 seem to be extremely compliant with the rules of the track, and yeah, so everything's going relatively smooth at the moment. Gunai, I think, is he's I believe he's slow. Yes, so he's slowly gaining on Kansai in front of him. Which was held up by that A1 there, which is giving him a little bit of an advantage, but not much. It seems to have made a slight difference there. It seems that Aiden has made a pit stop so far. So Aiden is P20 here, and he's already made a pit stop. So he should be relatively ahead of when people decide that they're going to pit, but everyone has a different strategy, and that's what's good about this race, because it shows on how tactical some people may be Yeah, so we have some more rooting for Casper in the chat. So, you know, there's some unconditional love going on to Casper here, which has started 10th and gained 6 positions, which, you know, is very good. They're all on soft tyres, which is obviously the single allowed compound in this race. There seems to be there's not a big gap between Rock Marcos and Hucham in front of him, so they're still battling away there. A lap later, and they still are. Oh dear, Caleb Adam has disconnected from the server, so that's either the second or third person we've had disconnect tonight, which is, you know, not always very good. But I do understand that Caleb has some, you know, Wi-Fi issues here and then, but that's the unfortunate part of sim racing, which is completely unavoidable, especially when you kind of live out in the middle of nowhere, or you don't have the, you know, the privilege of excellent Wi-Fi. Let's say, oh dear, what's happened? I think he's sent it a little bit too fast, either through that corner there, either snap oversteer, or snap oversteer, or he's just kind of had let off oversteer, which, you know, is all possible. But let's see here, because it seems that Rock Marcos has lost a bit of time here because of the held up by Sahib Singh in the A1 Cup. But there seems to be some racing, some excellent racing. So he's gained the position back, I think. That's what I'm looking at here. Yeah, so Rock Marcos is now back in 8th position. Mia Usta is disconnected from the server, so they've also had some unfortunate disconnect, possibly, or just, you know, just DNF'd here. But Sahib is in the pits now. He seems to be leaving the pits. He's either in the pits or he's leaving the pits. So he is sat in the pits, obviously serving his mandatory pit stop here. With Hocham behind Rock Marcos by 0.2 of a second, which very close racing indeed. With some small gaps in between them, and then the big 20-second gap between Aras and Kansai there. You know, Mishav is still absolutely flying in front of the competition. I absolutely love this livery. I believe the text has some inspirations from NASCAR, which it seems, you know, it seems very possible that this is based on NASCAR. But Barnabas making his way through the multi-class traffic, and it seems to, you know, he seems to be doing good, actually, with a 12-second lead in front of Kasper Masiniak there. So we have lots of Polish people on the grid here, lots of Turkish people on the grid here. Spanish, we have lots of Spanish people. But this is what it's all about. This is why sim racing is such an excellent way to, you know, it's very fun. And obviously shows many upsides of, you know, it's like, oh dear, it seems Sadi Guriev, I think, spun out. So yeah, so Sadi Guriev is spun out on through Aqua Minerale there. There seems to be some traffic here, which is expected for this part of the race. So Barnabas has just made his way through the traffic, and he seems to me have, like, there must be some kind of issue with the track map here, because the gaps keep changing unless yeah, I'm uncertain what's going on here. Anyway, we have Tremelli in the golden green car, so both Barnabas and his teammate, I guess you could call his teammate here, have inverted liveries, which is very excellent. Shows, the excellence in team racing. But we have Rock Marcus in 9th here, Hotcham in not very far in front of him, and we have Gunai just shy of a few hundredths of a second there. Let's get that back on. Yeah, so we have plenty of quite a large train when it comes to overtakes here. But also, okay, so we've had Sprites pitting, so we've had a couple of people that have pitted so far. One second, how this works. So we have I'm uncertain how this works. I apologise. But we have some, a big lot of Mclarens in our multi-class list here. So we have 90. It seems to be 19 Mclarens in total, which is quite a large number. But yeah, so Maric Tremelli is in the pits. So they've obviously just decided they were going to pit on lap 20, it seems, or lap 19, should I say, going on to lap 20. But he's going to serve his pit stop here, so he doesn't have to worry later, I don't think, which is an excellent strategy. So I apologise if I'm not keeping up with chat as latest as I can, because I'm trying to focus on the racing here. But there seems to be some, incredible support for Casper here. Even one person calling me in his little Polish cutie pie, which I think is very very cool. Anyway, do we have? Okay, so 10 people in the Audi A1 Cup class with Sprite leading. Bearing in mind he's just completed pit stop. But Joe at VC seems to have overtaken Sprite here. As he's gone into the pits, which, there is a speeding penalty for the pits. So I believe it's if you speed too much in the pits, you do get a minute penalty, which is justifiable considering that it does give people an unfair advantage on their competitors. So let's have a look back at Kasper Mistiniak here, which seems to be absolutely chilling in 3rd place, with Barnabas in 2nd place, obviously because Maric Tremelli has just recently pitted. But there seems to be some lapped Mclarens already. The driver has recently joined, obviously, being 8 laps behind 30th position. So he's joined late. He was the one that was inquiring in chat that he was able to join, which I am glad for him, but he is rather behind. Oh, we have some strange stuff going on here. So Sadi Garayev has just overtaken the Audi A1 Cup to gain 16th position. So he is basically where he started now, which is okay for him, but it always can get better. So we have the all. Okay, so this is much better. So we have all class, and then we can see here. Let's have a look at some intervals again. So we have Hotcham in 8th position, following not far behind Kevin Lusty here, so 0.6 of a second behind Kevin Lusty here. So he seems to be gaining it. So he had a he was gaining for second, but had a decently subpar exit there. But he seems to be gaining again on Kevin Lusty for the most part. Seems to be pretty equal at the moment. Rock Marcos 0.3 behind Gune there. But yeah, there seems to be quite an equal gap between Kevin Lusty and Hotcham there, which is always excellent to see, because it shows that both drivers are focused at the moment in trying to keep their positions. Barnabas is in the pits for his mandatory pit stop here, so we have him waiting to go. Yet there we go. So he was... That's definitely not true. Okay. Anyways, so we have Barnabas leaving the pits now, with Hotcham 0.3 behind Kevin Lusty. Then Dante Spapen 1.1 seconds behind Gunai there. So there's plenty of close racing, if you want to call that close. Relatively, excellent racing there, but Ramal Pashlade comes across the line here. Dante Spapen has gone in for his mandatory pit stop, with Hotcham and Kevin having a consistent gap here, being 0.5 to 0.6 of a second. I will be looking at the... Well, I'm uncertain if I will be, but I will be looking... either me or the rest of the moderation team in ACSL will be looking at the replay after the race, and determining on who is at fault if there is a incident. Let's watch the driver. Yeah, let's see what he's doing at the moment. I do want to have a look at the gaps that have obviously are staying relatively similar. But let's have a look at the driver. I agree. He has started 35th and gained a position. What a guy! I respect his enthusiasm for this racer as well, because he didn't actually join on time, so he is, pushing at the moment. It seems started to make P35, gained a position. Luna Soitek is in the pits in their Audi A1. So is Guillaume Musaro in his McLaren there. With Ramal Pashlade starting 13th, gaining 3 positions. There seems to be people leaving the pits now, with Hotcham still in the 7th position, behind Kevin Lusty. Yeah, okay, Tiberio. Yeah, if you could refrain from spamming in the chat, please, thank you. Anyway, Louis Huang is in the pits, having his pit stop in his McLaren. Let's have a look at the rest of the grid here. So we have... I'm such what's happening in my leaderboard, because it's not working as it's intended. But Ibra in the number 7 McLaren, which gained 6 positions since his initial start, and is in the same team as Calamity. So if Calamity is on the same grid as him, which I believe he is, they are both in the same team. Dante Spapen is 13th, which he unfortunately has lost 8 positions since starting. Hotcham, oh dear, we had a spin there. I'm unable to view the spin. I'm uncertain who that was as well. Unfortunately, I did not catch that. Yeah, so there we have Calamity in the A1 and his teammate in the McLaren. So they're both fighting for something the least. There's George Given in his bright green and yellow McLaren livery. Yeah, Dante's Papen in 12th still, so he's kind of chilling at the moment. Rock Marcus is in the pits, so his battle with the rest of the field seems to be at a standstill for the moment. We have Kansai in the Solo Tuck McLaren, with a lot of flashing going on between the Audis and the McLarens, which, you know, relatively shouldn't happen, because the Audis have the right to sell on the racing line. He has the Turkish Airlines on his bonnet as a sponsor, but he is now being overtaken by Tarjaszewski in the NASCAR-inspired McLaren trophy. Let's have a look at someone who we haven't seen all race. Adrian Maliskic in the number 42 McLaren seems to be relatively similar position where he started in, but Dante's Papen and Rock Marcos are fighting at the moment, so relatively close racing from them as they both come around the corner. There's some collisions happening, some door-to-door racing there. Dante pushed off the track. Dante in wide, relatively wide. He's kept to the outside and manages to secure the position. So that's a success for Dante's Papen there, unless he's able to unless Rock Marcos is able to chase him as fast as he can. He is half a second behind Dante's Papen now, slowly losing time there. But Romain is in the pits for what seems to be, I think, a second time. No, Romain has not made a pit stop yet, so this is his first pit of the race, meaning that he won't have to pit again, I don't think. But Rock Marcos still fighting with Dante there, losing time. Yeah, but Romain being overtaken in the pits by Barish Mizrak there in the Borussia Automotive McLaren there. Also a very cool livery. Anyhow, moving on, we have George Given in P17, with being the youngest driver of the grid, with his teammate Caleb, which is unfortunately disconnected. So he's trying to carry on the legacy with that Union Jack roof, and DMO on the side of the car, what it looks like, powered by Honda. I think this is a reference to the F1 McLaren Honda team. How long a pit? Okay, so a pit. I'm not a moderator, I'm the commentator. I can still, view the chat here, but a pit usually takes between, I think, the average pit time is 40 seconds. So, obviously, getting fuel and tyres. Oh, that was an accident. I think someone just got hit there. Yeah, someone was unfortunately hit out there. I'm not sure what happened, though. I'm trying to re-chat and watch the race at the same time. It's not an easy task there, but Casper, he seems to be, battling for quite a lot here. Has he made a pit stop yet, though, is the real question, and no, he hasn't, so he will have to pay the price later on. But for the rest of it, Michal Tarjaszewski is trying to gain as much time as he possibly can before he makes the pit. That means he doesn't have to worry about being overtaken. So even though he has a gap, he will have the advantage of a pit stop, which is always a massive advantage when it comes to sim racing and racing in general. Yeah, so Sprite, you're telling me to talk about you. You are in the A1, I believe. You are to the back of the grid. You are first in your class in the A1 Cup. You are doing very well. You started third, and you are first in your class. Now, how many pit stops have your rivals done? So, okay, so Wellerman's done 2. you have done one, so you're fine. Sloth seems to have done one too, so for the rest of your class, everyone has to do a pit stop, which is quite taxing, but they will catch up to you, so you will have the advantage of being first in your class. Despite being overtaken by the red McLaren, I was uncertain what number that was, but he is not causing any issues, which is always a dream when it comes to racing. But Kasper Messinak in second, being followed by Rock Marcos in P11. So P11, P12. So let's actually have a look at their fighting. So Sadi Garayev and Rock Marcos seem to be fighting for P11 here. Unfortunately, I think Sadi's lost a bit of time, but can always be gained back on this long straight because he has the... oh no, he's pitting, so he will be serving his pit stop now, which ultimately leaves over half of the grid still without a pit stop. He is pitting right at the back of the pit boxes here, so he has to drive all the way to the front of he has to drive all the way through the pit lane to be able to get out, but it shouldn't be an issue because, like I said, most people now haven't done a pit stop just yet. So we have had the bunch of Mclarens that did, and there's a couple of Audis that also did, but Luna Soyturk and Louis Huang seem to be... Oh no, so Luna Soyturk is in the Turkish Airlines Audi A1 here, so Louis Huang is gaining his positions back, which has ultimately led to him going off the track. But the driver number 31 here, he's doing okay actually. Okay, so he had he had a strange movement there, but Dante's Papen is gaining on Barish Mizrak there, so there's quite a lot in it at the moment. Yeah, we should be doing okay actually. Yeah, so we have Didier Durand in the Audi, which seems to have not a very slow way to the chicanes here. That was a cut from JVC there, which will probably be added on to his final time there. Was that JVC or was that... Anyway, we have Alejandro Iniesta there, in the number 73 McLaren XKZ there, which is doing pretty well actually. Barish Mizrak, 0.4 seconds behind Dante's Papen there, so he is losing, I think... Okay, so he's gaining on Dante's Papen there on the big straight before the chicane here, which is always a difficult corner and seems to have a lot of people gone off, judging by the amount of dirt that's been kicked up. It's clear to me that that's a very common corner to be spinning off, but yeah, for the most part, yeah, Kasper has not... I don't think Kasper has pitted yet. Kasper has not pitted, I think. No, Kasper has pitted, so I'm uncertain if he's going to need another pit stop because he has the advantage of one. So I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure if these tyres will last all that time. But for the most part, we have relatively similar to the top 10 to what we started with. With Dante's Papen, starting in 7th, finishing currently in 9th, just a little bit ahead of Barish Mizrak there, which he is gaining time, so it's quite a what is it? He's obviously a little bit faster than him through the corners, but that shouldn't be an issue because he usually Dante usually has, a good race, but is sometimes subject to a couple of mistakes, which are, possibly, I'm not going to say unavoidable, but quite prone to accidents, being these corners are. Oh yeah, so we've had Dante Papen go off. As I said that, I don't know if that was purpose or anything, but we do have Dante Papen back in the race in 10th position, giving the 9th position back to Baris Mizrak there. Unfortunate spin though. Definitely, I'm trying to read the chat, so it's not always possible for me to be visibly. Okay, so Caleb Adams obviously tried to turn back and was disconnected. Unsure why, but Kansai is in the pits now in his solo truck McLaren. Just leaving the pits here with an average pit time of 1 minute 8 seconds. So maybe it has something to do with people going out on track first time as the race started with almost empty fuel and then filling up afterwards. That could be possibly the cause of that here. But Calamity in P26 on the Audi, that was a slight impediment in there, but nothing too crazy at the moment. We have Kansai in the P7 at the moment, so he's not doing too bad. There seems to be drivers who are having a lot worse days, which include Caleb Adams, which unfortunately left the race early due to some reasons, and Tiberia, which also left due to some reasons that I probably shouldn't say here on this live stream. But Sandy Garayev is slowly making his way up the I believe. He's doing okay. He started 15th. He is currently 15th. So realistically, it's not a win or loss situation here. Let's see, do we have any close racing here? Yes, Dante Papen in 11th position, fighting with Rock Marcos in 10th for 10th position. We saw this fight not too long ago, actually, I think. But, yeah, so, going into a spin there, coming out of the corner. Managed to save it, though. These cars are relatively slidey through the corners, but that's what gives them their fun. So what makes it fun, let's say, because they're all relatively good cars to drive. So, including the A1. The A1 is also an excellent car to drive. Casper battling someone. He indeed is battling someone. He is not he is. He seems to be in. Yeah, so he's usually. Obviously has something to do with. Being lapped. So that is Sadi Garayev in the McLaren there. He was a lapped car. So he was overtaking a lapped car there. Dante Papen fighting with Rock Marcos still though. Will make him almost collision there between Sloth and Dante Papen though, but was avoided luckily. Dante Papen unfortunately losing no, it seems like he's gaining on Rock Marcos. I'm again unsure because the times keep changing relative to track altitude. Yep. Apologies for that. We are moving on with. Let's have a look. Yeah, so there's quite a small gap in between them now. Still fighting for that 9th position there. Going down through one of the fastest corners of the track. But Dante's eager to get that 9th position. He seems to be gaining on him now as he comes through the last corner onto the final straight here. Obviously, having the upside, the advantage of the slipstream there, but he was able to get that position back. Let's see for how long though, as Rock Marcos goes slightly. Oh no, he's right on the tail of Dante Spepen there, with Dante Spepen's slipstream there, moving into the this bit here. But he seems to have... Yes, okay, so Dante's managed to get past the number 2 McLaren in P2, which is the driver Maurice Chabali. Oh dear, oh, we've had a spin out, it seems, and then unfortunately impacted Rock Marcus there. He must be a little bit mad about that, but yeah, I'm gonna assume that Dante is not gonna like to watch this back at all. But Sapphire, there is no prize for the winner, as you know, we are still trying to gain people, possibly in the future. Obviously when we get a more vast competition, we could possibly offer something then, but for now there is no prize for the winner. Yeah, there's a lot of spin outs going on with both the Audis and the Mclarens, both faults of each other. Ibra seems to be a little bit behind Sadi Gariev there in 14th position. Nothing too crazy happening at the moment. He seems to be gaining on him slightly, but will that last long? Let's have a look here. Yeah, so we have one of our previous drivers that was unable to make it to this race today, Ronnie Rontanen, in the YouTube chat here, asking what happened to Dante. Dante had, I believe, so Dante has pitted once. So first of all, this is obviously one of the issues why he's slightly behind the rest of the people, and second of all, he's spun out a few times, which ultimately always haven't been his fault. There was a couple that he was held up and then spun out, but nothing too crazy that should be penalised by anyone for that matter. So yeah, so I believe I'm certain on that the guy in the chat is there's a guy in the chat saying there was a guy that was constantly cutting corners and he just couldn't bear anymore. We will look into that afterward the race, but yeah, I'm not sure if because some drivers are on a keyboard and mouse, some drivers are on controller and some drivers on wheel. It's always very difficult to be able to tell whether they are they should be cutting or not, or if they can't help it, which might be one of the issues that some of them face. And it's always usually sometimes can't avoid it, as it's very difficult. I know how difficult it is to control keyboard and mouse, but unfortunate situation though, and we will all look into it. Caleb, okay, yeah. So Caleb, it wasn't your internet then. Okay, that's someone went off. Slide deed there. Caleb, yep. So obviously, if someone was cutting the corners, we will have a look into it. If you do want to submit a report in the Discord server there, that's no problem at all. Obviously, we will look into it. But for the most part, we should be going through with the race good enough now. So Sadi Garayev is battling with what seems to be Baris Mizrak in the yellow McLaren here. So there's quite some close battling going on as we speak between these two here. Now, is Sadi going to be able to get P12? Now, this is the question that... okay, I'm quiet for some reason. Hang on. I don't want to, like, make it worse, because I understand how, like... I don't know if it's ear rape or not, but... I will turn it up to there. And I don't want this to sound, like, terrible, which is... I'm really hoping this doesn't sound terrible. I will have a listen, but I think it's...
Because I understand.
Yes, wait. Yeah, and it sounds terrible for some reason. I don't know why. Hang on. If I just turn this all the way down like this, can you hear me properly now? Is this okay? If I, like, speak into the mic like this, I'll turn the highs down on the sub there. Just kind of turn you up, turn you down. So can you? Am I clear enough? I don't know if I'm clear, but yeah, I'm. Oh dear, we had a little collision there. That is the driver, I believe. So he spun out or was hit. There's always a chance of both. But he's gained a few positions, so he was, I can't, it's a bit difficult for me to change the volume every so often, because, it is a knob that I have to change. That's very finicky sometimes. And for the, oh dear, the driver's gone off again. But yeah, I'm unable to fix this, unfortunately. Sadi Gariev and Baris are still fighting for P12. But yeah, this volume issue and the rest of the issues that are documented will be fixed for the next races, to the races that follow. So we have Didier Durand in P25, just over half a second behind Jerk VC there, and they're obviously fighting for P24. Now, Didier Durand started 33rd and is now 25th, so he's gained 8 positions, or they have gained 8 positions. Oh, there's so many battles happening. So we still have Baris, which is still fighting with Sadi there, which is always good to see, because it means that people are still very interested in battling, which was always very good. Gudai behind Kansai there, so we have some battling, more battling going on. So we have 2 Turkish guys fighting for P6, albeit half a second away from each other. Spectate George. Well, I will spectate George in just a second. I'm currently looking at the battles that is happening. Okay, so Luna Soyturk in the A1 seem to be fighting the A1 of Matthew Kennedy there. Oh dear, we've had Matthew's obviously hit Luna there. Luna's come off the track and was hit off the track, so basically that should have that was a racing incident there. I'm sure it wasn't intentional, but anyways, Baris Mizrak is now 1.9 seconds behind Sadi Garayev. Genuinely, I don't think it's that, like, you know, we still have 20 minutes of the race left. So there's some pretty big gaps now, apart from Kansai is okay, so Kansai is a little bit far behind Gunai there, but still in grabbing distance basically. It really all depends on if RS messes up here, because that's always a possibility, especially when it comes to these corners. Obviously, corner after corner, there is always a chance of messing up. So let's have a quick spectate on George here in the number 88 McLaren. So George has a custom livery here that it's very iconic, I think. I think you're able to go into the game. Just make sure you stay in pits and press F3 once you're out of the pits. I think it's if you go into the game and you just click on someone you want to spectate, you are able to spectate them. But yeah, George Given in the number 88 McLaren there, lovely livery. Kansai in P7, so slightly gaining RS there. Sorry, I was just adjusting my mic there. Usually I don't have this issue, but I was trying something different today. There's some very slow racing going on between Luna Soyturk and Matthew Kennedy here at 150 kilometers an hour, which is not very fast, but some very intense battling going on, definitely. Will Luna be able to get this position here, because it's very close racing? I wonder who did make that livery, and it may seem that I'm making myself a little bit, I'm giving myself a big ego here, but although I did make the livery, everyone else did have the ideas. So anyway, and McLaren coming up on the inside of Luna Soyturk of Guillaume Musari there, overtaking Matthew Kennedy. Kansai still in the... Oh, okay, so we have Hocham in a battle with Sadi here. So Sadi and Hocham here are battling through the lovely chicane there, through to the straight, obviously, to be able to try and get the position. So Hocham wants P11, but he's going to have to fight for it, because Sadi is not backing down whatsoever. Sadi is defending like an absolute lion, trying to keep the position here, which is very good, because usually... Oh dear, I think, yeah, that was a McLaren. That was a slower McLaren. So Hocham is trying to catch up with Sadi here, but Sadi is very quick through these couple of corners. Coming through Acqua Minerale here, Sadi accidentally loses the rear end there a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Always can be corrected by having a better exit out of the straight. Let's glaze Casper. Let's see what Casper's doing at the moment. He seems to be chilling in P4. Yeah, okay, so Guillaume Musara there is coming through to this. I believe that's Acqua Minerale here. It goes a bit wide, not too bad of an issue there. I don't want to watch Casper for too long, because there is other stuff going on, and I don't want to seem like I am skipping it on everyone else. We have some good gaps. So we have George Given behind Ibra in 16th position. 1 second behind him. Oh, my throat's extremely dry. Anyway, we have Caleb Adams in the pits, spectating his fellow drivers here. Possibly George Given, because they are very good mates. I know they have the same livery here. They're just different numbers, but Kansai is still, battling for 6th, but he is, staying practically the same, almost losing or gaining no time in a lap. Thomas in the Audi A1, he is in P24 at the moment. He has gained 6 positions. But we let's have a look at our classes here. So let's have a look at who's in what. So Tarjazewski in first, Chermelli in second, Barnabas Chermelli. Oh dear, what on earth just happened there? I have a feeling that he was shunted there. I was reading the leaderboard out there, but yeah, that seems to be a terrible accident there. Let's see what happened through here. I think Hocham hit him. Not Hocham. I think it was actually Hocham in the McLaren there. Hocham, yeah, it might have been. I actually know because Hocham's quite far. It might have been Lotaro there though. It could have been because they have very similar vehicles, I think. Anyway, so some of our drivers from the McLaren class have still yet to pit, which realistically should have happened, you know, at the start of the race, like to the beginning of the race, because there is 15 minutes. That means an hour and 15 minutes has elapsed here, which means that over 75% of the race has been completed, which, just to final straight now, drivers have to make their moves as well as they can, because it's not going to be easy. And you do get a very hefty penalty if you do not make your pit stop. Just a heads up for everyone that's unaware of that, which shouldn't be because the briefing was sent out yesterday. Let's have a look at the Audi class though. Audi, pretty much the same. Luna Soy-Turk behind Sprite here. Not far, but actually no, a 1 lap interval. So Sprite's basically mastered his pit stops here. Luna has yet to pit. So that's, you know, Sprite has well and truly made up his lead here, which is excellent because he's practically he's been all race, I think, first. What if he started first? And he started third. Started third. Okay, so back into our all cars table. Let's have a look at some drivers. Is there any battling going on? There is quite a close gap between Kansai and Aras. Dante and Kansai, and then Aras, all in a 6-second interval here. Dante seems to be maintaining this P8 in his SPD Racing Esports livery. Now though, do we have any battles? I don't think we do in both classes, so I will focus on some random cars for a bit, give them some screen time, as I believe they need some screen time. And yeah, so here we have Casper number 4, so he's P4 in that grey McLaren, followed by Sprite in that class leading A1 Cup. Shortly behind him though is, I believe we have, I'm unsure what driver that is, but some close racing. Dante Spapen is slowly gaining on Kansai there. You know, it's getting closer to him. He had a good exit through there. For the most part, going downhill is going to be the most taxing part, as the drivers have to tackle these few corners. Acqua Minerale being one of the most difficult corners, I believe. One of the most responsible the most for spins. Let's have a look at chat though. How do I spectate? If you press, for example, on George Given now, I believe if you press F3, you're able to spectate. I could be wrong though, So if it doesn't work, just let me know, and then I'll see what I can do, because I can't do anything at the moment, obviously. We're streaming the race, and it's kind of not much I can do. But Dante slowly gaining on Kansai here, coming across the line. Let's have a look at Dante's onboard. Going almost 150 miles an hour through there. Yeah. Lautaro Brantuas is being lapped by Dante's Pepena at the moment. In that XKZ livery, he has gone off track, meaning that he's lost a little bit of time there, but it is worth it in keeping out of the way of Dante's Pepena, because impeding is a big penalty. Whether you meant to or not, it's still big. It counts quite a bit. Matthew Kennedy here, though. He is 1.8 seconds behind Luna Soituk here in that A1. Started 29th, is now 21st. So most drivers have obviously made their moves at the start of the race, as some of them still need to pit, I believe. So some drivers actually have changed no tyres. So most of the drivers have, you know, an extremely big track life. Guillermo Musaro in the red McLaren there, kind of chilling. Oh, there seems to be a not big gap between Dante's Pepena and Iji Kansai. He's obviously catching up. He's caught up, but he's made up those 2 seconds, and he's going to try and get at the outside, which he ultimately does. He manages to get him through there. How long will this last, though? Because we've seen this move many times on this corner here. But Dante, he seems to have secured the position for now. But yeah, there will be after race. Interviews. So if you're participating in the race, if you're listening to this and you'd like to participate, feel free to join the broadcast channel on Discord after the race ends. Now, we won't be doing this in any type of order. Bearing in mind, I would probably just pick any random person that wants to come up on the stage and talk, really. But Dante has gone a bit too fast through that, I think. But yeah, Dante he seems to be, you know, losing a bit of time because of that car there. Iji Kansai is slowly gaining on him. 0.3, so that's 0.3 of a second. And then Gunai is 0.7 behind him, so there's obviously not a lot in it, but as they try and make their way through the crowd in the A1 Cup here, this is relatively all decent. So coming through here, nothing too crazy. Kansai is behind Pepena still by over half a second. Yeah, in the slower class here, it's obviously more difficult to make an overtake because the cars are slower. And if you do make a mistake, you're not catching that person for a while unless they make a mistake, which is one of the big issues I find with slower cars. Is obviously you're hoping on a mistake. Quick checkup on Casper. Yes, I think we should have a quick checkup on Casper. Casper is doing just fine. There's not much gap between Kansai and Gunai there. So there's a 1 second gap in between them, and then a 0.3 gap. Oh, he's lost some time through there though. 0.6 up now. as Dante comes through this chicane here. So some of these drivers, the A1 is a very cool car, but yeah, some of these drivers have been seen in previous races quite a while ago. I think the last time we've seen Barish Mizrak was in the Season 2 Clio Cup, which was hosted between January and February, which is relatively quite a while ago now, about like half a year. So Barish has obviously been gone for quite a while. So yeah, it's nice to see him back. It'll also be nice to see him for the rest of the races we do host in ACSL. Now let me change the camera back. The A1 is having to deal with all of that traffic. That is, I believe that was Hocham there. Yep, going through there. Let's have a look at his onboard. Nice through there. Relatively consistent from everyone. Sardi absolutely flying through the outside of Domash there. Oh dear, Domash goes wide. Has Domash got enough? Domash's tyres are quite old. I don't know if yeah, 36 laps. Don't think other drivers are having an issue. It might just be that the car is, they're getting a little bit tired of the car. I don't know if it's got to do with the slow, obviously the boring, if the car's boring, or yeah, let's check on P1 and P2, because yeah, so there's quite a big gap still. There is a 48-second gap between Michal and Marge, which basically, you know, have been the same for the entire race. So this is actually what it looked like relatively on lap 1, as Dante Spapen started 7th to 6th. Yeah, so Gunai has made quite a big good impression of himself. 10 positions made up through this entire race. We have 3 minutes left of this 1.5 hours of Imola. But yeah, it seems like everyone's had a... Oh, he's going to go up on the inside, and he does it. So I'm not sure if Aras let him go there, or he just didn't want to battle. Yeah, it really depends on how the feeling. But we seem to be coming to the end of our race here, and we've had quite a few hiccups, albeit by fault, but it's all about improvement. Bearing in mind that I've only commentated, this is my second race I've commentated ever, so this should be fun. But it's all about learning, I think. It's the biggest part of it all. Anyway. So, Casper seems to be pitting last minute with 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go. He seems to be losing a few positions here. But he is now in his pit box. He is pitting for possibly fuel. He might be running out of fuel. He might have miscalculated how much fuel he needs. But yeah, here we go. So Calamity comes across the line there. Do we have any battling between the A4, the A1s is the real question. Doesn't seem like it. So Dantas Papen and Kansai come across the line here through this relatively fast chicane here. But yeah, so far this race has been excellent. We've had some plenty good moves made, actually, between possibly all of the drivers. Unfortunately, Testori Tiberio had to leave early, but apparently he got hit first lap. So that will be looked at in the future, near distant future, either today or tomorrow. But it is quite late in Europe. It's actually 9:53 p.m., 10:53 p.m. for us in Europe. Yeah, we do have a couple of people from outside of Europe. So Calamity and Ibra are from Southern Asia here. So we've had some diverse we have a diverse driver list, which is always good. It's always nice to see that others are yeah. So we have the very close gap of Kansai and Spapen here, with under a second between them. Let's watch this battle actually, because it's one of the last laps here. This possibly will be the last lap here, unless he's able to make it across the line in time. There will not be another lap, so this will be possibly their final lap here. Is Tajasevsky going to make it? Let's have a look. I don't think he will. No, he's not going to. So here is the final lap here of the 1.5 hours of Imola. What an excellent race. I think everyone did so well. Yeah, so here we go. Mitchell has won the race, so congratulations to him. Excellent stuff there. And I'm guessing the rest are on their way to finishing. So thank you. Obviously, we've had plenty of sponsors for this race: SM Design, SPD Racing, Donerka, and ACSL. So plenty of in-house sponsors here that love to compete. Oh, Dante's Papen goes across the grass. He will ultimately have to regain some time there, because that was, he obviously gained the advantage there, but there seems to be a very close gap between Dante's Papen and Kansai here. Who will come out on top? Let's find out here though. Let's have a look here. So here we go. So through the last corner here, through to the so here we go, the final straight here. Will Kansai be able to come up on top, or will Dante take home P17? Now let's have a look here, and I think the winner will, well, not the winner, the person that come out on top is Dante's Papen. What an excellent race. And followed by them we have Lautaro Bantuas in, we have plenty of drivers. So Hotram comes across the line. George is making his way, I think, through the... He was quite far behind, I think. Ibra, oh my days, what on earth is happening here? There seems to be quite a big gap though, 8 laps. Yeah, excellent race. I think everyone did excellent. There was a few collisions, unfortunately, but that's what happens in good racing. So, there will be driver interviews very soon. Let's have a look though. Okay, so driver interviews very soon. If you're watching this stream, everyone should be in driver interviews. Not everyone. Yeah, so we have driver interviews very soon. I will be right back when everyone has piled into the interviewed room. Are we gonna have it? Are we not gonna have interviews? Yes, I will send a replay soon. I want to say it's auto-saved. Just give me a second. I will be right back. Have many people for this interview. I'm not sure if anyone heard me there, but yeah, we are in the interview channel. We have 4 people in the interview channel. Not many, obviously. Some, I'm guessing, over half of the grid were extremely disappointed with that race, but we have some interviews today, so I will call someone up. There's not many people, so yeah. So Domas can come up first. Yo, so how was your race?
I don't know how to explain this because there was so many incidents.
There was a lot going on, I think,
like
the majority of the race. Oh, we have a lot more. Okay.
And I had a lot of crashes with the Mclarens, I think so. It's probably was the Mclarens, some of at the fault, and there were mine a lot of them. Yeah. Not a good race. Definitely not a good race. And by the end, I just gave up and started fuel saving. That's it.
I think one
Terrible race.
Yeah, one of the main issues I think was not everyone, but I think instead of kind of finding their way around the, this is for some people here. I think some of the McLarens were kind of expecting the A1s to let them pass, which I think is kind of defeats the whole purpose of kind of multi-class rule, because it doesn't really mean anything, especially when you have people trying to force their way past the slower cars, which
I got wanted into the video so many times.
Yeah, I think that was a slight inconvenience from this race, but yeah, is there anything else you want to say? I know you're not best pleased, but
I think it's still good that people joined and wanted to race, and I'm gonna leave that. And I'm gonna report someone for an incident because they tried to ram me into the pit entry.
Yeah, there was a lot of that, unfortunately.
That was
I think
interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm.
I'll leave it at a good thing. Thank you for coming here and trying to have a race.
Yeah, it's alright.
I just want to say that.
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully, good racing. Thank you for.
Yep. No worries.
That.
Alright. See ya. Okay, so we'll have Barnabas next. He's maintained his not top spot, but podium for the most
race. Brendan.
Hello.
Hey.
So, how was your race?
Yeah. It was pretty okay. Yeah, I saw some McLarens really forcing their way through, but I hope I was being respectful. Yeah, I had only one driver who tried to ram me off, but fortunately I managed to dodge their attack. But yeah, otherwise, really respectful from the A1s. I think I just had a good experience. I heard that some people were not let go by the A1s, and also some lap Mclarens held them up. But yeah, overall, great race. I wished I could have been closer to the top two, but yeah, those two guys had alien pace, let's say.
Well, that's fair enough. I mean, there was a lot of incidents in the race. Whether I pretty much I caught most of them, but there was definitely some that I missed out on. So those probably will be reported because I did see a couple of bad ones. But yeah, anything else you want to say?
No, it's really a nice surprise that this race was this good and so many people turned up. And yeah, this is one of the best races I've done. Although traffic was not 100% perfect, but yeah, couldn't have wished for a better race.
Fair enough. All right then. Thank you for that. Thank you for coming to the interviews channel. I know that not everyone's made it, obviously, because they weren't happy with the results of their race, and that's fair enough. But yeah, thank you very much. So hopefully see you in the future. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yep.
Take care, guys.
Okay, let's have Lewis Wong next. Yo, let's get you up here. Yo.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm gonna ask you how was your race? I mean, you were like kind of. Your car was off the track.
I died mid race because I had to do something. I had to take care of someone. Yeah, went from P33 to P18.
So not a great race from you, I'm guessing. I think.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, but you did. I did see you in when I did look at your car. You were kind of like making places up. So. Obviously, when you were at the back of the pack, you were, kind of, I wouldn't say struggling, but you were kind of slowly making your positions, a few positions up along the way. But yeah, unfortunate from you. Yeah, anything else you want to say?
I'm just gonna go to bed.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, you live quite far, so.
It's 1 p.m. but I'm gonna go to bed because I haven't slept.
Good. Yeah, you go to bed, and thank you for joining us for the majority of the race. Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Okay, let's have George Given up here. Yo, yes, George. How's your race? Let me turn you up because I can't hear you.
Yeah, my mic's a bit shit.
Okay. Well. Okay, so how was your race?
It was mid. I mean, I can't remember when I started, but I'm pretty sure I made a few places. There was a few incidents here and there with other drivers. Some were caused by me, but I'm sorry about those. But I'm happy. My teammate, he had to retire. It was his first ever race with you guys. It's 1.5 hour race, so he was a bit stressed. He decided to retire and watch, but I'm happy that he tried at least. Hello?
Did pretty good. Can you hear me? Were you able to hear me?
No, I can't.
Okay. Yeah. So obviously you did quite good. You kept out of the trouble for the most part.
I mean, I spun a few times, but that's just driver error.
No, it's fine. I mean, everyone did it. I think I saw quite a few people spin, either because the car was a bit back end, but no, you did all right. I think you did, so had a better race than some people. That's for sure. Jay, anything else you want to say?
Looking forward to more races. I did enjoy it. It was definitely a physical and mental struggle as well, though, especially 1.5 hours.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It was quite a long race for some people. I think some people just had enough. By the end of it, I saw quite a lot of letting by, but yeah, it was okay for the most part. Anyway, anything else you want to say?
No, I think that's it.
All right, thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Right, let me just turn my stream back down because I had it turned up for George because he was very quiet. 160%. There we go. Okay. Let's go back to Discord. Let's have Ramal up here.
Hello guys, I just wanna thank you for this experience. It was my first endurance, or should I say sprint endurance race, and it was amazing. I mean, I was thinking that it will be much harder and physically harder, but it became what's really easy for me, I think. But the start was so chaotic. I was like in shock because I was in P5 in the start of the race, but lost all the positions after, and because I spun out sometimes. I really hate this track. The curbs are deadly there.
I think it was both the curbs and the car. I think the car was also a task to control.
And also there are curbs, and right after it is gravel. So if you just jump out on the curb, you go straight to the gravel. And
yeah, the Ackerman Rally corner. I think
yes.
in previous editions of this track, it was not a gravel track. It was indeed tarmac, but that allowed people to cut the track.
The Kunas version.
Yeah.
It's on the Kunas version, but in the Fenrir's it's gravel there.
But yeah,
I mean, the Fenrir's version of track is overall much more harder than the Kunas.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of more gravel, but the curbs are a little bit more wide, so you don't have to like. I mean, the Kunos version's more deadly, but yeah. Anything else you want to say?
And I'm in shock. No, and I'm shocked because there was no incident for me. I will report. I was thought like it will be some 5 or 10 incidents that I would have to report, but no, the race was really clean.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Goodbye.
Thank you. See you later. Okay. Let's try and speed up a bit here because I don't want to keep people waiting forever. That's okay. So let's have Hotcham up here. So. Hello. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
So, how was your race? I saw you were fighting quite a lot.
Yeah, pretty hard. I had a decent start, so I went from 10th to 7th. But then I got a crash and some spins.
Yeah, so unfortunate for you then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was plenty of incidents involving you. I don't know if you had any, but no, you did. You were pretty good. You were fighting for the most part with everyone.
I was
so
in the top 10, but I forgot to change my tires. And I needed to do 2 stops, and then my race was fighting with the slow cars, some incidents with the Audis, and
yeah, but yeah, you did alright actually. I liked your car though. Your car was excellent. I think Lautaro also had the same car as you, just with a different number.
Yeah, we were in the same team.
Yeah, I thought so. Alright, well, anything else?
Nah, good race from everyone, apart from the incidents, and they were pretty interesting and pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, thank you to everyone.
It's alright. Okay. Let's, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the future. Bye.
Yep.
Okay, let's have Casper, let's get him up here. Yo.
Hello.
Hello, Casper.
Hello. Okay, I'll start with the fact that I ran out of fuel in the end of the race, so I was in P4 with I think it was a huge gap of like 20-30 seconds. But yeah, I had to teleport to the pits and get the fuel, and I also accidentally triggered the tire change, so I lost another like 20 seconds for that. And yeah, I fell from P4 to P6, and that was pretty devastating. So yeah, I wish I had enough fuel, and I'll try to balance it a bit more in the future, in the next races. But yeah, that was unfortunate. The rest of the race was pretty fine. I didn't have much trouble with the traffic. I had a few moments. I spun in the corner before Aqua Minerale. I think I forgot how it's called, but yeah, I spun there once and had a few moments later. I also I don't know actually. Yeah, I had a decent battle with the Spaniard. I forgot his name, and with Barnabas. But other than that, the race was pretty boring because I had a decent gap to everyone else, and yeah, I was sitting in P4 for like an hour or so. Yeah, I don't think I have more to say.
Well, no, you have quite a few people. Well, you have two of your biggest fans rooting for you in the stream chat. So yeah, that's one thing you can be proud of. Anyway, anything else you want to say?
No.
I mean, you did quite good, I think. Apart from you running out of fuel, but yeah.
Yeah, I really wanted to finish it in a higher position, but yeah, it is what it is, and yeah.
It's okay. Well, there's plenty more races in the future for you to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, and yeah, excellent race. Thank you.
Yep. Fine.
Okay. Let's not waste time here. Let's get you up. Garyev, you are. Yes. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
So, how was your race?
My race was decent. I started P11, then got dropped down to P17, I think, after a few laps. It was boring for me. I wasn't fighting that much. But after the pit stops, it was interesting for me. I came back from P17 to P11. But I don't like this track that much. These curbs are deadly.
Yeah, fair enough. It's not everyone's piece of cake, I think. Yeah, that's different. People have different preferences when it comes to tracks, but yeah. Anything else you want to say? You had a pretty good race for what I saw.
Yeah, thanks for everyone. I hope there will be more endurance race like that.
Yeah, thank you very much, and yeah, thank you for participating. Bye. Let's get Kansai. I apologise if I mispronounce your name here, but yeah, you can come up. Hello.
Right.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You can hear me?
Yep, I can.
First of all, my surname is pronounced Kanjai.
Ah, okay.
Not C, like
okay.
G.
Okay, so yeah.
Secondly, no problem. Everyone gets it wrong. I had a pretty wild race, to be honest. I started P8 at a bit of starting cover full at the beginning, but I was P6, P7 with my teammate Güney Aras. We were doing pretty good until the second stint. Then I had some problems. I unfortunately put too much fuel in the stop, so that cost me a bit. Then I had very big problems with the traffic. I lost like 10 seconds to traffic alone at the second stint. So because of that, Dante caught me and passed me. I caught up with him in the end, but unfortunately my pace just wasn't enough. I finished like 6 tenths off of him, but yeah, it was a fun race.
Yeah, some hard fighting from you and Dante though, but yeah, you were you caught up with him, I think, quite good, and you were, at it for quite a while. So yeah, that was quite fun to watch. But yeah, anyway, thank you for participating. And anything else you want to say?
Well, thanks for organizing this event. I think this was a good race.
Yep. Okay. Thank you very much. Hope to see you soon. Yep. Thank
you.
Okay, let's Lautara's been waiting for a while. Let's get him up. Hello.
Yo, good night, good evening. I don't know. For me, the race was Orophobic. I don't like the car. I don't like the track. It's, but I did my best. I think I came from the back to the P14. I think P15. Good, with some problems with the leaders when they were to lap me, and nothing more.
Yeah, okay. You did
The
good.
the only good part from my race is the skin. I did this all skin of ex caseta, so
Yes, yeah.
this is the best part. Nothing more. Good stream for you, for your part.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Yeah, you
And
had
you
some
have
excellent
to
interviews.
improve. You have to improve your microphone.
Yeah,
It's like
I'm gonna fix it. Don't
very
worry.
saturated in the stream.
Yeah, it's probably got to do with my noise suppression because I had some issues earlier. But yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, some good racing from you and your team, and yeah, hope to see you in the future.
Right.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll have Aiden next, and then we'll have Rock. So let's get him up. Okay, well, Rock's not here anymore. And Aiden, do you want to speak, or you want to? Does anyone else want to speak? Put your hand up if you want to speak, if you want to say any more. No? Is that it? No, okay. Alright, well, George, do you want to get up on here stage? Or will this be the end of our interviews? Okay, well, I mean, there's no other people here, so thank you very much for coming to these interviews. Obviously, we didn't have many people in these interviews here, but no, there's some people that weren't happy, but yeah, no, you're welcome. It's a fun race for me to commentate, for the most part with issues, but yeah, I think Caleb had an issue. Yeah, I can imagine he wasn't too happy. There's definitely some discipline required for some of these drivers. I don't want to sound it worse than it actually is, but yeah, thank you very much for watching this stream. It was fun having you all. Thank you for everyone who's still in the chat now. Very fun time. And yeah. Thanks very much for screen time. Yeah. I will send the replay in the chat for anyone if I do have it, for anyone who wants it. And yeah, this concludes our interviews now. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, have a good one.